Well met in my Gavanin. My name is Dr. DM, Dungeon Master, Bard, and Professor of Philology here at the University of Faerun. I welcome you to my office hours, where I'll do my utmost to regale you with tales from my D&D table, with the added twist of a DM's perspective. I hope they bring some amusement to you, and of course we at the university encourage everyone to magically subscribe and Eldritch Smite that like button. Today, I bring you a tale from the deepest archives of descent into Avernus and the ominous hand of Vecna. Imagine for a moment the fiery basalt wastelands of Avernus, the first layer of hell in the Forgotten Realms, where the souls of the dead are wailing in the river Styx. The heat burns your very lungs, and fireballs smash down and explode around you. Now meet my players, a motley crew of anti-heroes, the sideshow slashers, on a quest to save the captured city of El Turel and recover the Sword of Zariel, before they all lose their souls to Asmodeus, the king of the nine hells. Shh, don't say his name 3 times. It so happens that along the way, they found themselves interacting with the formidable Archon the Cruel, where they, out of necessity, traded the wondrous orb of dragonkind for a vial of Tiamat's blood. Unbeknownst to the players, they were playing right into Archon's hand. Time and story elapse, and eventually they decide to stop Archon from resurrecting Tiamat, his ultimate goal after having stolen the hand of Vecna from under the noses of Vox Machina. Kudos to you for an awesome Campaign 1 critical role. Thus, after reaching the end of their quest, now high level, and Sword of Zariel firmly in our paladin's hand, they feel strong enough to storm Archon's tower, especially after our necromancer had illicitly conscripted a huge horde of undead to support them. So, they take to the skies in their flying celestial war machine, the Euphoria, undead horde tailing them straight towards Archon's tower. This imposing obsidian monument is where a ritual of unsealing is taking place, as they quickly notice a powerful surge of energy pulsating outwards from its topmost level. They command their undead hordes to crash into Archon's defenses, distracting them thoroughly. Well, all but one evil black dragon, acid dripping in its toothy maw, hurtling towards them. The dragon manages to grapple their war machine with its claws and fires off its breath weapon onto the hull, dissolving it from the outside. However, our artificer wasted no time in jumping into the cockpit of his rideable mechanical construct, or mech. Think a medieval Gundam, but essentially a reskinned polymorph dragon. He fires off his own arm cannon towards the dragon, and both weapons collide for a moment, struggling in energy, and in the end explode, throwing the dragon asunder. They decide then to crash directly into the topmost level, because players, with the Archmage NPC in their group throwing up a shield to dampen the impact. As the debris and dust settles, the players take note that Archon is about to complete the ritual to unleash Tiamat, an opportunity which was afforded to him by the weakening of the devil's powers during the climax of the Blood War, and the deposing of the Archdevil, Zariel. Thus, after a short parley, the sideshow slashers and Archon, surrounded by his own allies, engage into mortal combat. Steel upon steel clashes, jaws and claws are unleashed, magic is tossed about at its highest levels, almost leveling the place. Though they're able to hold the line, many of the players are wounded heavily during the battle, with our bard almost getting Finger of Death out of existence from the hand of Vecna. After this monumental struggle, and some divine smites from the Sword of Zariel by our paladin, they manage to down Archon and defeat his lackeys. Our warlock takes the final blow by stabbing Archon through the face with his Hellfire Greatsword arm and lifting him up into the air. Archon, through the ether itself, gives a final, ominous message to the players that his death is only the beginning, and that he will be around forever, as Archon's soul is lifted from his body to complete the ritual. Though it's just then when the warlock casts Force Cage to block the rest of the party from them both. He then cuts off the hand of Vecna from Archon's dead body, admiring its glowing power. Glorious power that he had been seeking for himself the entire campaign. He then cuts off his own arm, and he is about to attach the hand of Vecna, and shouts an homage to Don Manganiello, "It's just business." When he psychs out the party completely, tosses the hand to them to be sealed away instead, though not before receiving some humorously snarky comments from our resident blood hunter. He is unable to regrow his arm thanks to the undead warlock subclass powers. As the tower begins to crumble around them, they hear the ominous roar of Tiamat and chains being broken. Oh, and the necromancer quickly raises Archon as an undead thrall because, why not? They manage to escape the crumbling tower, though in the end unable to prevent the rise of Tiamat, but taking the hand of Vecna to Celestia in hopes that it will be safe there. Little did the players know that it was the very death of Archon and his uncoupling from the hand of Vecna that were the ultimate catalysts in securing Tiamat's freedom. But for now, my listeners, that is a story for another day and a problem for another unwitting group of adventurers to remedy. I hope you enjoyed this little tale, and if you'd like to hear more, please let us know in the comments below. Thank you, and that concludes my office hours. Until next time.